Is it possible that we human beings are not originally from Earth? That hundreds of thousands of years ago, we were brought here from another planet? Maybe out of necessity. Some scientists think so. And there is even some proof to back it up. Let's explore. Researchers believe that based on certain physical shortcomings, humans most likely did not evolve on Earth. But we are originally transplants from a different planet, and our ancestors were brought to Earth long in the forgotten past. Could we actually be Martians? In fact, one scientist, Dr. Ellis Silver, even published a book titled Humans Are Not From Earth to explore and prove this point. In it, he proposes that humans possess a multitude of physical disadvantages, such as an extremely long development to adulthood, a high susceptibility to getting an illness, spinal vertebrae weaknesses, and, before modern medicine, a high likelihood of death during childbirth. He concludes that we most likely evolved on another planet. There are many signs that suggest that the human race did not genuinely evolve on Earth. Our human skin burns, for starters, if we spend too much time outside in the natural sun, and unless Earth's environment have altered drastically in the previous few thousand years, that doesn't make a lot of sense. Sunglasses also are required outside. That further suggests that the planet is not properly calibrated to human eyes. We now know that the human body produces two different forms of fat, according to several recent studies in sports medicine. One biologically produced fat is healthy, while the other is not. The beneficial fat is produced when air temperature is lowered to around 67 degrees Fahrenheit. Near the equator on Mars, in the summertime, it's about 67 degrees Fahrenheit. Scientists speculate that millions of years in the past, when Mars still had its atmosphere, the average daily temperature was probably around 67 degrees Fahrenheit. Another factor supporting the idea that humans may have originated from Mars is the change in circadian rhythms, or body clocks, of astronauts when they go into space. Research has shown that when in space, the body clocks of astronauts shift from a 24-hour day to a 24.9-hour day. This 24.9-hour cycle is coincidentally the same as the rotational period of a single day on the planet of Mars. Our bodies may be more attuned to the conditions on Mars rather than Earth. It may seem improbable that humans could have evolved on Mars, which is today an arid and lifeless planet. Recent scientific findings, however, have shown that Mars was not always a dead planet. NASA has discovered evidence of an oxygen-rich atmosphere and abundant rivers, lakes, and oceans on Mars in the distant past, through the use of satellites and autonomous rovers. This shows that Mars previously resembled Earth, with an ocean that was likely bluer and more hospitable environmental conditions. These fresh discoveries, which have been dubbed spectacular surprises, are altering how we think about the past of the planet. Science is very certain that Mars was a much more pleasant environment billions of years ago, when the Earth was just getting started with its own life cycles. We are aware that it had a substantial atmosphere to protect and cover the planet. Additionally, it would have contained organic molecules, the foundation of all known forms of life. So it makes sense that Mars may have had its own genesis, or beginning of life. Is it feasible that the human race was created for the conditions of its original habitat on Mars if, as ancient astronaut theorists speculate, it was genetically modified by extraterrestrials? If so, why may they have traveled such a long way to Earth in the past? Mars likely experienced a type of environmental catastrophe at some point. Because there was no magnetic field to protect the planet, its atmosphere began to leak into space. Some theorists have proposed that the Martians were forced to relocate within our solar system, and they came to Earth. So, what if we are the Martians? Author and scientist Zacharias Hitchens hypothesized that our solar system formerly contained a 12th planet just beyond Mars that was somehow destroyed. Even though his claim was supported by his study of ancient Sumerian literature, the scholarly community mainly disregarded it since they found the concept ludicrous. However, recently discovered physical evidence may show Hitchens to be even more correct than he initially thought. On October 7, 2008, an 80-ton asteroid detonated 23 miles over the Nubian Desert in Sudan. After entering planet Earth's atmosphere, 600 small meteorites, according to estimates, practically covered the Nubian ground that day. However, upon closer inspection, it was discovered that the meteorites actually, incredibly, included diamonds. They also contained evidence suggesting they originated from a vanished planet in our solar system, a planet that was obliterated millions of years ago. Thanks for hanging out today. My name is Dave, and if you have fun or learned something new, please hit the like and subscribe button. It seems like a small thing, but it really helps the channel. As always, be safe, and I'll see you next time.